Hey moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and all family members and support staff of the little people in my class. I am brand new to trying to use videos like this with a tripod to give you guys information, so please excuse me if this is not the best video you've ever seen. I wanted to give you guys some information about the strokes that are going to be coming home for your children to practice the next few days. I use a handwriting program called Rigs, and that's what I'm going to be using for the next few weeks to teach your children how to properly write all of the lower and uppercase letters. So the first thing that you need to know are some terms that we're going to be using. This is called our clock face. This is how we're going to use different checkpoints and things for where to start letters. If your child is right-handed, their left hand is going to be their clock hand, which I'm going to train them to use to hold their paper like so. I believe we have two lefties in the class, so they're going to use their right hand or clock hand to hold their papers like so. A lot of the terminology I'm going to use is go towards your clock hand to tell them which direction to start in. So our clock face has checkpoint 2, 4, 8, and 10. Yesterday I told them how, like a clock, you've got to pretend all the other numbers are on this as well, but this is where we're primarily going to start all of our letters. We're calling this the top baseline. This is our middle dotted line. This is our bottom baseline, and this is our lower dotted line. A lot of the terminology we're going to be saying is something like start at 2 on the clock, go round to touch the dots, over to 10, round to 8, set it on the baseline, over to 4 and back up to 2. That would be the circle stroke. This is the short stroke, the tall stroke, the tailed line, the 10 to 4 diagonal line. This is the 2 to 8 diagonal line, and that guy right there is the cross stroke. Today in class we're going to work really hard and to do the circle stroke, the short stroke, and the tall stroke. If we don't get to it, it has nothing to do with your children. It has everything to do with today is the second day of school. So in their folders in their desk, they have something that looks like this that we'll be practicing on. As you can see, there's a top baseline, the middle dotted line, the bottom baseline, and the bottom dotted line. For the circle stroke, which we touched on a little bit yesterday, I'll be telling them to start just below the baseline, just below the dotted line at 2 on the clock. Then they'll be told to turn towards their clock hand, touch the dots, round to 10, set it, go to the 8, set it on the baseline, over to 4 and back up to 2. Now, I didn't do a great job at this because of the way I'm trying to make sure you guys can see everything, but the idea is if they start their circles here for things like A, then they'll just go straight up and down to close the A. If it's something like D, they'll just go straight up and down to form the D. For the letter C, obviously we would want them to start at 2, go up to the dotted lines, around to 10, over to 8, set it on the baseline, and 4. The short stroke is going to obviously be for a lot of our letters like I, M, N, R. I think those are it. So that's just going to strictly be going to the middle dotted line and pulling a straight line down. Our tall stroke is obviously things for B, K, D, F, H, L, and T. For those, I'm going to tell the kids to go to just below the top baseline and to pull a straight line down. It's very important that when the kids come home tonight with their practice sheets for this, that you guys sit with them and watch and make sure that they're shaping these right. A lot of them don't know where to start, so they're still going to do this, or maybe they're going to go like that, or start at 10. They just have no concept of where to start their letter. It's really important to give them that now, especially because a lot of kids struggle with B's and D's, and when we give them a place to start, they're going to have a lot easier time not only writing them but reading them in books. For example, B is a tall letter with a short part because I'm trying to make sure you can see. B starts at the top baseline and works your way down, back up to 10 and around, where D is a short part, a clock letter with a tall part. So D is going to start at 2 and go around, up and down. So when we give them certain places to start these letters, it's going to make it a lot less confusing than when they just start wherever they want to. A lot of your kids probably do this for B and D. B, B, B. Does B go here? Does B go there? B. Oh, I think it, nope, it goes this way. So we want to give them those starting points so they know where to put their letters. More to come on this soon.